Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Bad Guitarist, episode 38. My name is Andrew.
Wait, you didn't say the Bad Guitarist podcast.
What did I say?
Welcome to the Bad Guitarist.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Bad Guitarist podcast, episode number 38. My name is Andrew.
And my name is Kat.
Yeah.
That's better.
Yeah. Yeah, remember last week? I couldn't remember how to do it. It feels like it's been longer than a week.
Has it?
I don't know. I mean, it's only been a week, but...
I guess. Yeah. When my microphone is not, like, close to me. Because it keeps falling.
You gotta tighten it here, and then tighten it on the sides.
Okay.
No? Is it still falling?
Is it still falling? My microphone is falling on me.
That's weird.
Okay.
Okay. Huh.
I guess I get close to the microphone instead of the microphone being close to me. That's fine.
I guess.
I'm okay.
I don't know what's happening there. Okay. Did you tighten it on this side too?
I don't know why it's falling on me.
It's a cheap Amazon stand.
Okay,
I'm sure
we're gonna leave it like that.
The people listening to the audio version are glad to hear the of the microphone.
That's me trying to move the microphone.
Yeah.
So I don't have to bend down to talk, which is kind of the case right now. But go ahead. What do you have for today?
There is a new series of pedals from Red Witch.
Okay.
Called the Apothecary series. Let's see what we got. There is a chorus vibrato, $249. I don't know how to say it. What is the name on that one? Plurious chorus vibrato, $249 US. Cisnasium modulated delay, $249.
Okay.
Euphorium fuzz, $249. We have the Invidium. Sorry, I can't really see it very well because the screen that we're on, when you highlight the pedal, there's like a, what do you want to call it? Like a faded white background, and then the text appears over the pedal. And then Epiphanous Overdrive, $249. Okay.
And why is all flowers?
Let's see. So it's the distillation of 23 years of designing boutique guitar effects, pedals, incredible sound, gorgeous appearance, unparalleled build quality. Let's click on a couple of these.
Okay. I like the knobs. I don't know.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah, kind of unique.
Let's see. It says, I have always had a special place in my heart for chorus. When Andy Summers elected to use our Empress chorus vibrato as his sole chorus pedal for the Police Reunion World Tour 1. Oh, World Tour, it's not one, it's World Tour, I was elated, to say the least. Our Empress chorus has long been loved by some of the world's greatest players who search for a gorgeous, true analog vibrato sound, chorus vibrato sound. The Plurious chorus offers the sounds of Empress, but more, so much more. I designed the Plurious to be the most versatile, beautiful sounding analog chorus pedal available in the world today. Quieter, deeper, subtler, wilder. Let's see. 100% analog. Plurious uses a Bucket Brigade chip to create its sublime modulation. The Empress used a 1024 stage BBD. The Plurious uses a 2048 stage BBD. This simply means that you can get the same chorus sound as the Empress, but much quieter. Unique voice control. Sets it apart from other chorus pedals is it has option to select delay time, which determines the flavor of the chorus. Most chorus pedals have a fixed delay time between the clean and the dry, or dry and the wet signal. It says here a few. A few offer one or two settings. This one offers you all the settings. Delay time on a dial, allowing you to choose from the most subtle shimmer to all-out apocalypse, pitch shifting insanity. And there's some shots of the inside. Those knobs look good on this thing. They have some example settings.
I know, I like it.
Looks like they sign it and put the serial number on the back. Sorry, everybody, I'm yawning over here. It's been a long couple days.
Yep.
We had our son's birthday on Thursday. So we drove out to my parents' house on Friday. Sold a bunch of music equipment on Thursday.
I know. That was a lot.
It's been a long couple days.
Also Wednesday, didn't it?
What was Wednesday?
I don't even remember.
Yeah, probably Wednesday too, yeah. Let's see, the modulated delay. You have delay, regeneration, depth, blend. You have a time switch and a W/F switch. What is that? Probably like wow and flutter. Okay. 2 different modulation modes, channeling the wow and flutter of 2 different iconic tape delays. Up for the slower asymmetrical majesty of the Echoplex EP3, down for the faster shimmery Watkins copycat style.
Okay.
So, sounds cool. Let's get the red knobs on it.
What are the others? The one with the purple. Is that purple?
Yeah, purple is fuzz.
The purple knobs. Okay.
Let's see if it says like what kind of fuzz this is. It's silicon fuzz that offers a near limitless number of sonic variations, all within a very simple to use layout.
Nice.
Blissed out. The Euphorium has 2 independent fuzz circuits within its enclosure. Okay, the bliss toggle allows you to switch between the first and second. Painstakingly crafted to work together in the most symbiotic of ways. Okay. So it has a sputtery fuzz to get like the Jimmy Page style germanium fuzz pedal. Like when you leave a germanium fuzz out in the sun during an outdoor festival. Glassy clean, so you can clean up the pedal with your tone or your volume knob on the guitar. But there we go, full range fuzz. So I just want to know what the switch does. What are the 2 modes? You see anything about the 2 modes?
I don't know. Get back up to the top. I don't know.
Okay, grain. That's what it is. Drawing from my Fuzz God series sputter control, grain allows you to choose how much smoother sputty fuzz. No, that's one of the knobs, isn't it? I don't know. It's a fuzz. It looks cool.
It's a fuzz.
Go ahead and buy it, everybody. While you still
purple
can.
Knobs. I think it's purple. I don't know.
Yeah, they look purple. Anyway, we don't have to go through all these, but there's a phaser and there's an overdrive.
Are you gonna talk about the music equipment that you saw?
Yeah, so sold a few things pretty quickly, like back to back.
Yeah, that went well.
I had a stack of pedals that I was going to put up for sale, and I took a picture of all of them together, put it on OfferUp and Facebook Marketplace with prices for each individual pedal. That didn't really get a whole lot of like nobody really saw that one.
Okay.
Did get one. Who was it? I can't remember. I told you about it, but I can't remember who it was.
What was it? You told me
Guitar. What was it called? Like Guitar Bucket List. I can't remember the name. I can't remember the name of the company.
Yeah.
They're pretty well known as people that they run like an independent operation. They don't have a physical storefront, but they seek out people that have listings for like multiple pedals. They can buy a whole batch of them at once, give you a set price, and obviously they'll piece them out themselves and sell them individually. So they found me because I think they're based out of like Portland or something.
Okay.
But they found the listing because that's what they're always searching for. And the dude made me an offer on all the higher end or more name brand pedals that I had.
Okay.
Like I think he wanted the Fuzz Imp Creature, the Boss DS1, the Brown Amplification Atom, the Walrus Delay, and maybe the JHS Chorus or something. Anyway, it was less than I really wanted to take for it. Would have been convenient to just sell it to one person, but it was a little less than I wanted. So, okay. Like the same day, I decided to put everything individually. I still haven't got them all individually posted on Revv, a couple other places. But the Boss DS1 sold right away.
Yeah.
The Brown Atom sold right away. And then I don't put guitars on Revv. If I do, I put them for local pickup only, but I don't really want to sell them through Revv because then they're going to still try to take their cut. Because if you sell something locally on Revv, the person that's buying it still has to mark it as like, I've picked up the item. Otherwise, you don't get paid.
Okay.
So I'd rather just like, I have it listed there, but if somebody wants to reach out, I'll probably tell them like, hey, I've also got it listed here and here. Like, I know it's probably not what Reverb wants, but like I would probably be like, hey, let's not do the deal on Reverb if you're cool with that. But if you want the buyer protection, let's do it through Reverb. I'll just lose a percentage.
Okay.
So I haven't actually sold anything through Reverb in person, but I've always listed stuff there in case somebody locally does see it. So guitars. I don't put guitars or amps on Reverb because it's just too expensive to ship, and they take their percentage, and then I'm not making any money. So the Cabernita Telecaster, the Squire one that we were talking about last week, it was up on the wall back here. It's gone now. That one sold pretty quickly too. Got exactly what I was asking for it. So we had to do a lot of driving around this past week.
Oh God.
Back and forth to the post office, drive
to
another city, to a nearby city.
That was a lot.
Sell the guitar. And then what was most surprising is the Fender Twin. We've been talking about that for a while, about probably selling that. We've talked about it here on the show before. I've shown it in some of my videos. The 4 knobs for the clean channel were broken off during shipping when I bought it. That was a whole situation too, because like FedEx it was UPS did not want to take responsibility for the damaged amp. Guitar Center would not take responsibility for the damaged amp. So I was just left with it. So I've been using it in like a modified way for years now, without actually getting the repairs, because sourcing those pots, I mean, the amp's from 1989. And they're all push-pull. They're push-pull pots, and then you got to like solder them back to the circuit board itself. It was not work I was willing to do. And for the price I paid for the amp almost 10 years ago, I think, almost 10 years ago, it's not worth the repair based on what I paid for it, and then versus like, let's say, because I think I paid $500 for it, which is unheard of now. But like, I paid $500 for it. The price to repair it would probably be another $250 to $300. I would assume, just because of all the work it does need, and then selling it, probably $300 for it. So it's not worth it. I listed it for $150 because after getting it repaired, that's what I would make off this thing anyway.
Yeah.
So I might as well just sell it as is for $150 so somebody else can get it repaired if they want the amp, or if they want to take on the project. And there was a huge response to that. A lot of people, but then we were out selling the guitar when I'm getting all the messages about the amp, and people are like, oh, can you send me more pictures of the back? Can you do this? One guy was like, hey, I'll meet you wherever you want today, the end of my workday. So that guy, he was top of the list to get it, because I didn't really want to do any extra work as far as taking more pictures of it. I left a very detailed description of like everything that was wrong with the amp and the workarounds for what I've been doing for not having those 4 knobs. Because you can run an EQ pedal through the effects loop, something like the JHS little black amp box for master volume through the back of the amp. So yeah, sold that amp, sold the Cabernita Telecaster. So far, 2 pedals. I did list my Player 2 Telecaster, and there was a couple people that were really interested in it, but I'm still on the fence if I'm going to keep it or not. Because I would, it's still in brand new condition. It's also a professional setup, and I know it's unusual to ask the amount that I'm asking for it for a used guitar, but like there's been a couple people that are like serious about like paying that amount, because they sell for $7.99 new as of right now. Again, because it is in like brand new condition, it's I've had it for months now, but
but you haven't used it.
Barely been touched. It's because I was having an issue with like static electricity buildup. Well, there was the whole video I did where it had all the issues right out of the box that had to be fixed. But then I just constantly keep getting the static electricity issue with the pick guard, and it's something to do with this room, the carpeting probably, and just every time I pick it up, I transfer that static electricity to the pick guard. So I actually ended up putting a dryer sheet underneath the pick guard, and that seems to help. So I know I could go all out and like put shielding tape on there, and that'd probably solve the issue ultimately, but haven't got around to that. But because they sell for $800 new, and I've put work into getting it like fully perfect, which you don't count the setup into like the resale value, but in this particular case, I am,
Well, there
because
was
they
more
had
I
to do they had to
paid,
do some
though,
they had to
for
do
the
some repairs.
repairs.
They had to do some repairs right in the
Yeah.
box, not just a setup. Because there was some leveling they had to do on the frets. They
Yeah.
had to crown the frets and everything. So again, I'm not trying to pass that on to the next person, but I'm trying to not have it take away from the value extremely, because it'd probably go for like $650, but I'm asking $700.
But people is
Yeah.
willing to pay.
And there've been a couple people willing to pay $700. So,
Okay.
Still holding on to it for now. I don't know. But after selling all that stuff, that microphone is pretty much paid off now. That microphone from last week. So that's pretty cool. And then
you also had the eye on something.
Oh, we can get to that one. I'll talk to that one. I'll talk about that next. That's a good transition. So
it's not just you selling to pay for the microphone. Is you had to explain that you're selling because you want something else.
See, if I sell the Player 2 Telecaster,
what you want is
I could actually spend not the entire 700 that I get for it, but I've got my eye on the Fender Acoustasonic Standard Jazzmaster.
Okay.
It finally is out. They announced it months ago during NAMM. Maybe it was even before NAMM. I don't know.
I don't know.
Whenever they announced the Standard series, they also announced these, but these ones didn't come out right away. So these are finally available in stores. Some of them are still in pre-order, depending on your realtor.
Your realtor.
Your retailer.
Who's your realtor?
Your realtor might have some guitars. No.
Why?
Anyway.
Anyway.
So the Acoustasonic Jazzmaster.
Okay.
Standard series. So there's all the hate for the Standard series. When they first were announced, people are still talking crap about them. Whatever. But nobody was talking crap about these ones. Because there's all the people that hated the idea of the American one, or even the Players series Acoustasonics, because they're so expensive. They're really expensive. But now, this stripped down version for $599, people are like, oh, I'm willing to give that a shot, actually.
I want it.
Doesn't have the toggle switch to go, or the blade switch to go between different like DSP sounds that you would get. Like, so there's no digital emulation sounds that the more expensive models have. This just has a volume control and then like a blend control that sends, whether you're using the electric pickup or the Fishman pickup that's built into it. And then a blend. It's like a blend in between the two. So you can go all one pickup, all the other pickup, or right in the middle for both.
Wait, I'm confused. Do you want the standard Telecaster or the standard Jazzmaster?
The Jazzmaster.
And what's the one that you have your eye on? The black, the honeyboard?
I don't usually like black guitars, but I think that looks really good.
Okay.
I actually think all three of these look pretty good. I think I like the Honeyburst the least. But I think I would probably go for the black. Now the thing is, I'm unsure about these because there's still not a whole lot of like full length deep dive demos of this. Jason Mays put his out this week.
Okay.
And I was actually joking around in the comments of his video. I was like, oh, now I'm going to sell mine, my Telecaster, and buy this thing. But he even recommended to like try it out in person if possible before buying one, because it's not for everybody. But his was the best demo I've seen of it so far.
Okay.
There's another channel that did a full-length demo, but they focused more on the Telecaster than the Jazzmaster. They did the Jazzmaster a few minutes at the end.
Okay.
But that particular channel just does like metal shreddy stuff all the time and like high gain stuff. So the guy wasn't playing it in a way that's like anywhere similar to the way I would be playing it. At least like the Jason Mays video. That gave me an idea of like how I would probably sound playing that. Or how it would sound for me. But look at the knobs. The knobs are like wood. That's cool.
I mean, if you sell yours, you can buy that one.
I don't know.
I'm just
saying. It's not like it's something I need, it's...
Oh, you don't need any of the guitars that you have.
No, I don't need any guitars.
It's not like if you sell a guitar, you're going to die. That's not going to happen. I'm just saying because there has been some expenses, like the microphone. if you're going to buy something else, you sell something first.
Yeah.
Because there have been some expenses that lately.
There has been.
Yeah.
You know, I think I do like the black the most, even though like the natural looks pretty cool. I like that right there, like the curve of the body.
Okay.
The Honeyburst is okay. It just doesn't looks kind of lower end, I guess, like the finish on it. I don't know. I think the black looks the best.
Okay.
But again,
as long as you sell something.
No, because you were the one that was like, oh, you paid off that microphone so fast. I'll let you use my credit card for whatever.
Yes, but then I say, I let you use my credit card. Of course I do. But you had to pay me that money back. It's not like just use my credit card and then don't pay me back.
How fast do I have to pay the money back? Oh, shoot.
Are we for real?
No. But again, this is not something that I'm like completely sold on. I wish there were some more demos out about this. There's a lot of like the demo clips that Fender put out when they first announced these guitars. And then there's like, I don't know. I can't compare it to the older models. But
here's what I get of this whole story with Andrew. He's gonna get the guitar.
I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, see, look at that. Sweetwater doesn't even have it yet.
You cannot use Sweetwater anymore. You're banned.
I'm banned from Sweetwater. They don't call, they don't write. Anyway. So yeah, they have the Telecaster and the Jazzmaster. You get a few different finishes, $599.99. They're now available at most retailers.
Okay.
So, yeah. Let's talk about the big one. JHS. They announced their next kit pedal kit. It's coming out on Monday, 5/5, which this episode comes out on Sunday, so this is the day before this release. So hopefully you see this episode before that. If you don't know about this pedal, check it out. A lot of speculation on this one because it's got 5 knobs. It's got a toggle switch. Down here you got the foot switch and the LED. So a lot of people, myself included, were like, oh, this has got to be like a deluxe Memory Man because that's pretty similar layout to the knobs of a Memory Man.
Okay.
But then they put out another thing where Josh is talking about, he gives like a couple hints and he says like, oh yeah, they structured this differently than they did the last time around. So you know the Nauticlon, when that came out, it was just insanity. Like that, they were backlogged for months trying to sell the Nauticlons.
Yeah.
Trying to manufacture the kits and ship them out to people. So people were waiting months for theirs. And the hype was just bigger and bigger and bigger. And so this new one, what are you looking at?
I just remembered something that I was going to talk to you about NPR.
Oh.
Like being defunded.
Yeah.
It just came to my mind when you were talking about the pedal kit.
Okay.
Because I thought
you talking about it on the show, or you talking about
I don't know. Oh. I mean, I just thought it was really sad. Yeah. You know, we always talk about news too.
I mean, we watch the Tiny Desk concerts all the time. And stuff.
I know. I'm a really big fan of the Tiny Desk because of the way they set up that environment. It sounds so beautiful. Yeah. Like every Tiny Desk, they all sound so nice.
Well, they've got videos on it, and that's actually why the Tiny Desk is why. Sorry, making a lot of noise over here. The Tiny Desk is why I actually decided to get one of these for when I do my. I don't know if you can see this very well. When I do my standalone videos for gear and stuff, this is my overhead microphone that I use for my voice, because they use a lot of these Sennheiser shotgun microphones. That's how they isolate each instrument in each person. They have like one of these in front of everybody.
And you know, like the way they place the books, like everything is just so specific. Yeah. Like I know a lot of people don't put a lot of thought into it, but everything is placed for a reason there. Yeah. So you get the sound that you hear when you're watching those Tiny Desk concerts. Yeah. So I was just thinking about it while you were talking about the pedal kit. I don't know why, it just came to my mind. I just wanted to confirm if it was already like defunded or if it wasn't. But yeah,
I think they're in the process of it. I don't think they actually did it yet, but
I just think that's so sad.
I wonder what kind of private funding, like the NPR and PBS, like I don't know. Because as a kid watching PBS, every time it would go to commercial, it'd be like, it's brought to you by viewers like you. So I don't know how much private funding those organizations get, but yeah, it would suck to see them have to like stop doing the tiny desks and like maybe ultimately shut down.
Yeah.
So who knows?
I know.
But
anyway,
yeah.
The JHS kit.
So they're doing these kits, right?
Yeah.
So when they did the Nauticlons, they were backed up for months. It was insane. I think there's probably, I don't know if they're readily available yet. Like, I don't know if I were to go right now and order a Nauticlon, I don't know when that would actually arrive. I'm sure they've got it sorted out by now. But JHS, they just moved their entire team, like their production team, out of the building that they've been in.
Okay.
And moved them into a bigger facility. And, which is good, that means they're growing. But, so that building that they've been in, like where it has like that pedal room and everything, I guess they're converting that to just being a production space for not pedals, but for all their content that they make. So it's for their media team now. But so Josh put out a video giving a little bit of more detail about like, oh yeah, so we have enough parts for 15,000 kits.
15,000, like 3 zeros.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
So they have 15 parts for 15,000.
Okay.
On the first day that these come out on Monday, there's going to be 5,000 of them available right away in the store, which are probably going to sell out in like a second.
Okay.
And then each week, they're going to have a minimum of 1,000 available until they run out of parts. And this whole tariff situation and scarcity of parts right now, they don't know what's going to happen after the 15,000.
Okay.
But I guarantee you there's already 15,000 people that are like ready to press purchase on this pedal.
Okay.
But in that video, he's like, here's a little hint, you know, like here's the knobs, and he holds up a knob and it looks like a Dumble amp style knob, which makes total sense because the Dumble amps usually have a little toggle switch right here that goes between two modes, which are rock and jazz, which doesn't necessarily sound like rock and jazz necessarily, but that's always a thing that Dumble put on his main amps. And then there's a separate video they put out where it looks like Nick, it's the hands, but I'm assuming it's Nick, putting the pedal together, putting the kit together. And there's actual text on, like around where the knobs go. There's text, and you can see it says like output and like volume, bass, treble, whatever. You could see it's going to be some kind of gain-based pedal then.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm still speculating, but it looks like that for sure it's going to be like a... Oops. So our camera ran out of time. So I was in the middle of saying, it looks like it's going to be for sure like a Dumble style thing, which a lot of people are speculating about online. So that's like, I guess that's like the big news this week. Of course, next week it's going to be a bigger deal because it's actually going to be out.
People is actually going to see what is it.
Yeah, the video is going to drop at the same time the video drops is when it's going to go live on the site. I'll be at work, so you don't have to worry about me buying one.
I hope no.
Yeah. All right. We got some sad news. Always got to throw in some sad news in there, right? So
what isn't NPR sad?
NPR was sad. Yeah, this is going to be a very sad episode.
Okay. Okay. What else do you have that is sad?
So KittyCasterFX.
Okay.
They said they were going to be doing like a rebranding, I thought. You know, I don't know.
Well, what does the post say? Because they posted something.
This was
on
like
Instagram.
a couple weeks back. They said something about there was going to be like they were going to sell out their current inventory and then do some kind of rebranding or something.
Okay.
Change their name. But that's not what's happening. It says there's no easy way to say this. This is a new post from a day ago. No easy way to say this, so we're going to just go ahead and say KittyCasterFX is closing. This company has been a labor of love and a commitment to making incredible gear from the very start. We're proud of what we built, proud of the pedals we put into the world, and deeply grateful to everyone who supported us along the way. While it's hard to say goodbye, there are things to celebrate. 2 members of the KittyCasterFX team are starting a new chapter with their own project. Oh, so maybe that's what it is, with their own project. Maybe that's a pedal related thing. Who knows?
Well,
we're excited to see where they take it. Stay tuned for their announcement. We don't have a final closing date yet, and we'll continue the sale until we run out of pedals, including the Groovy Wizard wood grain colorway that dropped today. Thank you for being part of this wild ride. You get, different people commenting on it. Caroline Guitar Co. says, once again, I'm reminded of how anything involved with the music business can disabuse someone of believing in I cannot talk today. Meritocracy.
Okay.
And the people are thanking them,
Okay.
But yeah, it sucks. Another one. Sentient Sonic Machines. 5 days ago. All pedals are now sold out. I will be on a very long and potentially permanent hiatus from this business. We'll see what the future holds. This website will be down soon, if not already, but you can always contact me through messages here if needed. If I return, sales will be via direct invoice or Reverb. So,
okay.
Really sad to see. Fuzzimp put out a video this week. He was just talking about, the future of his company and certain pedals like the Creature. He can't bring it back right now. So that's a currently discontinued pedal. It's not permanently discontinued. It's just he had to order restocks of the ones that are more affordable to make and are more guaranteed to sell quickly. Because he restocks as he sells, So
yeah.
So it seems like he has a good stock of parts right now, but who knows how things are going to change in the coming weeks, months. It just sucks that we have to keep talking about this because it's, a lot of good people that are being affected by this stuff. And, this is just a small fraction of the larger economy that's being affected, but just sad because it's about the people. It's not about, I don't know. Anyway, you want to see a new thing? You want to see a new thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Catalinbread.
What an awful transition.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to bring it back up.
What an awful transition.
I think we're just both exhausted from the week that it's like it's just easier to talk about the bad stuff than the good stuff.
I guess so.
So Catalinbread put out the Wake chorus. Now it seems like I think I'm finally seeing a trend here with Catalinbread because we talk about them a lot on this show.
We do.
At least once a month. It seems like they're in this constant progression of they phase something out and then bring in like a limited edition colorway of that item. And they do like, let's do 50 of them. Let's do 75 of them. And then it helps them transition that pedal out. And then they immediately bring in like one or two more pedals. And it seems like they're constantly doing research and development. And they're always cycling their lineup.
Okay.
So it's pretty cool. So the Wake chorus serves as an additive chorus effect that plays well as an always-on tonal thickener with a twist. Clean octave down circuit runs parallel to the chorus engine is independently mixable for even more added depth. Unlike most choruses that stand out in the mix, the Wake shakes hands with your other pedals and amp for seamless integration.
Okay.
So your controls, you have the octave, blend, rate, depth, and mix. Pretty cool artwork on that thing.
Okay. How much is that? $199.
Yep.
Okay.
Which these days I don't know pedal prices anymore. That seems fair.
I don't think that if that's good or bad, but okay.
Yeah, it seems like it's a good price for.
It seems common.
A good pedal company. Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Okay, what else do you have?
Looks like there's some demos out for that one. I haven't actually heard this one yet.
But
you got Andy out there with it. It's weird. We just covered these pedals like sometime end of last year, and they already have version 2 out now. So the Revv G3 series.
Okay.
Do you remember these? They have the purple.
I don't
They've
remember
got the
those.
G2, the G3, and the G4. Purple, red, and green. And
229. I don't remember them.
Each one is supposed to simulate a different channel in the G3 amp, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Anyways, this is version 2. I don't know. I don't know what's different between version 1 and version 2.
Well, you should check that out.
Let's see. Revoiced high gain purple channel fury. So we're on the purple one right now.
Okay.
Boasting all new aesthetics and fine-tuned circuit, Revv's G3 V2 delivers all aggression and articulation of Revv's purple channel. Championed by metal guitarists around the world, Purple Channel Tone has provided. It offers tight and focused tone that excels when taken into heavier realms, so it is more than versatile enough to serve as a do-it-all dirt box. Like the original G3, this updated version sports a versatile 3-band EQ and wide-range volume gain knobs. Moreover, the V2's 3-way switch supplies distinctive level and tonal aggression. Did the version 1 not have the toggle?
I don't know.
Let's see. Revv. Okay, here's the version 1. So what's different?
But that one says anniversary. Was it the name?
Well, no, this is just a special edition.
Oh.
Anniversary color. But what's the difference is all I'm trying to find. So, So I guess they just revoice it and they change the graphics. But as far as the layout, the layout is very similar. You have the 3-band EQ, the volume, the gain, and then you have the toggle switch in the middle.
Oh.
So, I don't know. I guess it's probably minor tweaking, but it's something that they felt needed to be improved upon.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I don't see anything else.
Wait,
about it. Yeah.
what was? So this one is 229.
Yeah,
What was the version 1?
Oh, so all 3 of these, the red, purple, and green, are 229 each.
Oh, so
version 1 was 229 as well. I think they did make some minor changes on it, but
okay.
Because the only other thing it says is the original G series pedals were modeled after the Generator 120 Mark II amp. They were such a hit for their ability to faithfully reproduce the spark of the respective color channel circuits. Following the release of the Generator 120 Mark III. Oh! So they released a new version of the amp, so they wanted to release a new version of the pedals to more accurately depict the new version of the amp. That makes sense.
Okay.
Cool. So we did all those. We did the JHS. Just a couple more things today.
Okay.
I'll keep it simple. So PRS has a new guitar. It's the limited edition CE22 McCarty.
Jesus, 2000 what?
Yeah, $26.99.
Okay.
I believe this one has a bolt-on neck.
Why is it so expensive?
Because it's a PRS.
Okay.
But what's weird about this one is it has a bolt-on neck. Like if you're looking at it from the front, it just looks like a regular PRS with a set neck. And then you flip this guy over. It's got a weird bolt-on thing going on there. What the website we're on looks blurry.
Okay.
Oh, this is Chicago Music Exchange. Why does it look blurry? Cool looking color. I think they have a few different finishes options on this one, but I'm not sure. So let's see. The PRS CE22 limited edition combines the snap and sustain of the bolt-on guitar with the warmth and clarity of PRS's vintage-inspired 5815 LT pickups. PRS's proprietary 58/15 LT pickups are designed for exceptional clarity and dynamic range, making the CE22 perfect for players who crave a vintage-inspired tone with modern versatility. You have a push-pull tone control and a 3-way toggle switch that allows for a range of tones, from warm, full-body humbucking sounds to single-coil tap tones.
Okay. So do you like it?
I don't know about for that price. If I was paying that price, if I was paying that price for a PRS, I would want it to be a set neck, not a bolt-on. I just feel like you want to make sure it's. The reason that like Fenders are more affordable than Gibsons is because like Gibson, you have to like do the handcrafting of like setting the neck in the wood and gluing it and everything. Whereas like bolt-ons, like any brand can do a bolt-on guitar.
What is exactly that?
What?
The bolt-on.
Let's just there on the back. It's literally it's bolted on.
You
see where it screws?
Yeah.
That's like any of the Fenders. Like almost every guitar in this room, with the exception of the Gibson.
Okay.
The Gibson has a set neck. But yeah, so if I'm paying that kind of money for a PRS, I don't want it to be a bolt-on neck. That's just my opinion personally. Let's see what else. So yeah, you get the push-pull tone, you get 3-way toggle. Foundation of the CE22 limited edition is the combination of mahogany body and maple top that also delivers balance, resonance, and clarity, while the bolt-on maple neck adds brightness and definition. The vintage feel continues with the 22 fret, 25-inch scale. and pattern regular neck, which is instantly comfortable and familiar. The PRS CE22 limited edition also comes with the Phase 3 locking tuners. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Featuring a handsome open back design, unplated brass shafts, and highly usable gear ratio. With its bolt-on construction, this classic PRS aesthetics, and voice that blends vintage warmth and bolt-on articulation, it's a workhorse that's ready for any stage or studio as long as you're a lawyer, a doctor, you got money.
A realtor?
A real...
A realtor might have one of those.
You get the PRS patent tremolo, you get the Phase 3 locking tuners, and like I said, the 58-/15 LT pickups. Low turn is what the LT stands for there. They're vintage warm and have clear tone.
Dude, this way
and you get a gig
you
bag.
have done some dumb stuff.
Like what?
Like when you talk to your professor about having done your homework, but it turns out you did.
So that's another thing. So this week started off with the finals for my classes were all this week. Okay. So I'm trying to finish to get all that stuff done. We got all the stuff going on planning for our son's birthday.
Selling music equipment.
We had to go visit my parents, which was like an hour-long drive to get there. We were there for several hours. After that, we had to go to his doctor's appointment for his 2-year appointment. And then it's just been kind of nonstop all week long. So the other day, I received an email from my professor, one of my professors, and it was like, hey, you missed this assignment. Do you want to use your one-time pass to, go ahead and just do the assignment and like not get docked points? And I'm like, what? So I open up another tab and I go to the class and I'm like, I didn't miss anything. What are you talking about? So I take a screenshot. I'm like, Professor, which one are you talking about that I missed? I didn't miss anything. I have one assignment here that says it hasn't been graded yet, but that's it. And then I realized it was a professor for a different class. I'm like, oh no. So I sent another one real quick. I was like, Professor, just ignore that last one. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong class. But then I never responded back saying, yeah, I'll use my one-time pass. So I was like, oh, well, I'll just not do that assignment. So I ended up missing that assignment, which is cool. I still passed the class, but yeah, so I had that happen. What else did I do?
The realtor.
That was stupid. The realtor, I did say realtor earlier.
The realtor?
Well, I had a problem with the Red Witch pedals. I had trouble saying all of those names.
It does confusing though.
Synosium.
That's just like flower names.
Epiphanis. Individuum. I don't know those words.
I don't know.
Let's see, we did the KittyCaster, we did the Wake. Well, what do you think about the PRS? If you order now, it ships by 6/25.
I don't have an opinion
now,
about that one.
This is a limited edition. Is it limited to?
I'm just thinking for that amount of money.
Oh, hold on. Look at these different colors they have.
I don't care.
They got the black amber. They got the
2,699.
It's the same price.
You can pre-order.
It's the same guitar. They have it in faded gray black. They have faded blue smoke burst.
I don't like. Is that like just the wood? Do they make the stripes? Like, what's up with that? I don't like it.
Sorry, everybody, I'm yawning again. It's a maple cap that they put over the top of the guitar. That has like the flame to it.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
It looks like a zebra.
Let's see.
I don't like it.
If you look, a lot of PRS guitars are like that. I like this nitro color. They have a nitro.
Well, that's kind of nice.
So they have just a satin nitro.
Yeah.
That one looks good. That one's actually a used guitar. Oh, I thought that was the same guitar. No.
The silver sky stone blue.
That's the John Mayer guitar.
That one looks nice.
Did you know that one? That's the John Mayer. Yeah.
I always can. Every time you say John Mayer, I just think about the train.
Juan Mayer. Oh, the train.
That video.
The last train home or whatever. Yeah. Was he on top of the train at one point in the video?
I think so. It's like immediately just comes to my mind. Oh my god, the train. Whatever it is, I don't know. But that one is nice. There
is one PRS
I just
guitar.
Don't like the stripes. I don't know.
Now we've talked about the SECE standard 24 or whatever it's called, like the really cheap one. The one's $499. We've talked about that one a few times. I almost bought it once or twice. I like those. And then there's one that's really nice. Dude, but it's way too expensive.
You know what just come to my mind? How old is your mayor?
I'm going to guess like 48.
Just the other day, I think I saw him on a video where he had the hair. Was it the hair long?
Yeah,
I remember I showed you that.
Yeah.
Wait, I had to check that out. But it's going to bother me.
Oh, that looks ugly.
47.
What did I say? I said 48, didn't I?
Oh my gosh, he's 47.
Dang, I was close.
Oh my gosh.
Dang.
My gosh.
PRS.
No fucking way. He doesn't look that old though.
He really doesn't.
That's insane.
But he's been at it for a long time. No, we talked about.
You say he's been at it?
He's been at it for a long time, over 20 years now. He's been a professional guitarist.
Insane.
We've talked about these a few times. This is the $499
I need to know his nighttime routine.
His nighttime routine.
Because how come he looks so young? I need to read about this.
He just rolls around on a pile of money. I don't know.
More likely.
So yeah, we've talked about these ones. I like the blue.
Okay.
I like the satin charcoal. I don't know. I think
did I say I like one of those at the time?
You did. You did. I think you liked the gold one. Or maybe the white one. I don't know.
I don't know.
And we've talked about the PRS stuff a few times, but that's never a guitar I've ever.
I'm just not a big fan of the. I don't know.
You know what I don't like about them?
Why?
Is the birds. Did you not even notice
the same thing that I'm saying? The stripes.
What stripes are you talking about? What stripes?
What boards are you talking about?
Every PRS has the birds.
Oh,
the inlays are birds.
You don't like that?
I don't like it.
Why?
I don't know.
That's silly.
I just don't like it.
Like these stripes. That shit that looks like a zebra, lion, tiger.
You're talking about the flame top. Yeah.
I don't like that. In almost all of the guitars, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Why?
It's just a thing.
I just like a plain color.
Yeah.
That's all I like.
I kind of do.
I don't like anything crazy.
I don't like guitars when they're shiny either. Like that nice shiny finish to them. That doesn't appeal to me. It's like when I saw that Gibson at Guitar Center. I've never wanted a Gibson Les Paul. Like I've never really been a fan, mainly because they're too flashy for me. But that one had the satin tobacco burst. And I was like, oh man, it doesn't have the flash of like a regular Gibson Les Paul. Like that's really cool.
How much was that Gibson?
The one that we have?
Yeah.
It was $999, I think. Used. It's $999.
And I say it was okay?
Yeah.
Oh wow. You're coming a bad moment right there.
Yeah.
You're coming a low point of my life, probably. You are so
no, we went in there. You were like, get whatever you want, because we had paid a bunch of our stuff. We were all up on our bills and everything, and we got our tax return, and we had split.
Oh, it was a tax.
We were gonna get a certain amount of stuff. We were gonna spend on our son. Yeah. You wanted some stuff. I wanted some stuff. I think I had just sold some stuff as well around then.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was. A couple guitars or something.
Yeah, but next time you get an expensive guitar, I'm just gonna get a tattoo.
That was the agreement last time.
By the end of the year, I'm gonna be like tattoo till the neck. With your way of buying music equipment here.
Here's the last one.
Okay. What you have?
I almost didn't even bring this one up, but
why?
It's funny because this article says vintage looks and performance at an accessible price. Epiphone expands its high-end inspired by Gibson custom collection, introduces a key upgrade to its 1959 Les Paul standard reissue.
Okay.
So the inspired by Les Pauls and stuff, the Epiphone inspired by, they have the Gibson headstocks on it. They don't have the regular Epiphone headstocks. So they've got some new models. They've got the 1959 Les Paul standard, the 1959 ES355. They've got the Les Paul Custom and the 1963 Les Paul SG Custom.
Okay.
Oh, there's a 1962 ES335 as well.
Wait, get down.
Yeah.
That guitar that is showing, is that the only?
No. I was just reading off the ones that I'm going to show you.
Okay.
So they added the new ones. Okay, so there's 1962 ES335 reissue, 1960 Les Paul standard special double cut, 1964 SG standard with Maestro Vibrola, and a 1963 Firebird 5, and Firebird 1.
Okay.
So there's Gibson style headstocks, like I said. There's the Vibrola SG.
I don't like it.
There's the Firebird. Oof, I don't like that color.
I don't like the shape. I don't like the body. I just don't like it.
There's that 1959 one. Now, here's what's crazy. It says here in the article, as was the case with the first launch last year, it goes without saying that these are arguably the best looking and unsurprisingly the most Gibson looking Epiphones you'll ever get your hands on. But that comes with a cost. On average, the prices sit around $12.99, with the LP Special weighing in at $9.99 and the Firebird 5 or Firebird V, whatever it is, at $16.99.
Wow.
Those are Gibson prices. Like,
okay.
You might as well just save a little bit more and buy a Gibson. Now, what's crazy is when I was starting out playing guitar, you could get a Gibson SG like faded or Les Paul, I want to say like studio faded or something. You can get like the basic lower level Gibsons for like $700 brand new. Like I remember an SG being like $699. If you wanted like the Melody Maker or the Les Paul Jr., they were even cheaper because they were less desirable at the time. The Melody Maker, it's got like a single coil pickup. Sometimes it has like a P90. But the model I remember had just a single coil pickup. And it was the Melody Maker, just like regular reissue or whatever.
But how come they are?
And
so
that was like
now?
$600. Well, because inflation and because they're a luxury brand for guitars. They're like the most luxurious.
I don't know, dude. I'm sorry. Look, I'm all about body positivity and all that shit. But that guitar, the pink one,
that's red. That's like a bright
such
red.
An ugly body, dude. I cannot find anything nice to say about
the
white
guitar. One looks better. The 5.
I don't like the guitar.
The 5 looks better. I don't like that body shape.
It's really ugly. That one was that.
But the Les Paul double cut, I do like that color.
I'm not a fan.
I like
of the body shape.
I like the hollow bodies and semi-hollow bodies. I'm always a fan of those.
I don't know.
But yeah, I don't know, just expensive guitars.
They are expensive guitars.
But I do like hollow body and semi-hollow body guitars. I always have, always been a fan. But I don't know.
Now, are you thinking of buying one of those instead?
No, if I was gonna buy an Epiphone, I would buy that $499, $599, the olive green, like the military green, Casino. Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Oh man, we saw it at Guitar Center. I've seen it online a few times.
I don't know. We saw so many things. I don't know. Casino?
Yeah. I think it's like $500 right now.
Oh, that's a nice color. That's a nice color.
I would get that. Yep. That looks more my style.
Okay.
You know?
That is actually a nice color. I'm not a fan of the green. But
it's got nice. P90s. I'm not the biggest fan of the P90 pickups, but it has like the trapeze tailpiece. It just looks like the one, you know, back in the day that John Lennon had, like the natural color of. I like it. Big body, but it's not. It's very nice. Thin body. It's not very wide. Yeah, it's a cool one.
Yeah.
Anyway, you want to get out of here?
Yeah, sure.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching or listening. Please subscribe if you like what you heard and saw. It's a bunch of word salad today. We're rambling. I think I'm qualified to run for the president of the United States at this point with the amount of rambling I'm doing.
Oh God, I don't know.
I could be the Pope.
Oh, don't say that.
No.
I'm Catholic.
I'm not saying that because not as an insult to the Pope. I'm saying it because of for some reason the president of the United States is trying to put himself in the running to be the Pope. So if he can do it,
I don't know.
Maybe I can too. No.
I don't know what to think.
I don't know. The world is.
I just know that it came to my mind.
Yeah.
That we just talk about every time you get something, I can get a tattoo.
Yeah.
Dude, you bought that microphone and I didn't get a tattoo.
Oh, get a tattoo. I got a Sharpie over here somewhere.
Oh my gosh.
All right, everybody.
You're rambling shit, so I forget that I didn't get a tattoo.
That's right. Well, everybody.
Well, bye.
That's all the time we have tonight. Everybody have a good night. Until next time.
Bye.
We'll see you at home.
I won.